Have you ever asked yourself why, after 75, some people still glow with energy, while others quietly slip into decline? Here's the shocking truth. 99% of deaths after 75 are tied to just 5 reasons, and most people don't even know they're at risk. In this video, we'll uncover the 5 reasons behind 99% of deaths after 75, and reveal how a few smart habits could help you live stronger, longer, and with more freedom than you thought possible. Did you know that nearly all deaths after age 75 aren't simply due to old age, but to just a few specific, preventable causes? Many assume that passing at an advanced age is natural, but the truth is more alarming. Most deaths result from risks we often ignore until it's too late. By the time warning signs appear, health may have already declined, options narrowed, and independence lost. But here's the good news. Recognizing these dangers now gives you the power to take action, adding not just years to your life, but energy and freedom to those years. In this video, we'll reveal the 5 main causes of death after 75, some familiar, others unexpected, but all critical to understand if you want to stay healthy and independent longer. These aren't just numbers. They're real lives, real families, and real choices. So stay with us, because what you're about to learn could change not just how long you live, but how well you live. Now let's begin with the most common cause: heart disease. 1. Heart disease. Heart disease remains the #1 cause of death for individuals over 75, and yet, most people don't realize just how much power they have to influence the strength of their own heart. Your heart is a muscle, and like any muscle, it thrives when cared for and weakens when neglected. The real danger? The damage often builds silently, with little to no warning signs, until it's too late to turn back. Many people misinterpret early symptoms like slowing down, frequent fatigue, or getting short of breath as nothing more than the natural aging process. But in reality, these could be your body's quiet cries for help, signs that your heart isn't as strong as it should be. One of the biggest hidden enemies? High blood pressure. Over time, elevated pressure forces your heart to work harder than it should, placing enormous strain on your arteries. What makes it so dangerous is that you often don't feel it. There's no sharp pain, no alarming symptoms, until a devastating heart attack or stroke forces a reckoning. That's why so many seniors are rushed to the hospital seemingly out of nowhere, when in truth, the damage had been quietly building for years. Diet is another critical factor, and it's not just about cutting out junk food. Decades of consuming processed foods, excessive salt, and unhealthy fats take a serious toll, clogging arteries and starving the heart of the nutrients it desperately needs to stay strong. Even more important than avoiding the wrong foods is fueling your body with the right ones. Foods rich in heart-healthy nutrients that help your heart stay resilient over time. Movement, or rather, the lack of it, also plays a powerful role. Your heart isn't built to sit still all day. When you stop moving, your circulation slows, your muscles weaken, and your heart doesn't get the steady exercise it needs to remain strong. The good news? You don't have to become a marathon runner. Simple, consistent activities like walking, stretching, or even gentle chair exercises can significantly boost heart health and improve your longevity. Perhaps the most dangerous myth people believe is that heart disease is simply fate, something you inherit from your family or must accept with age. But the truth is far more empowering. Every small, consistent choice you make matters. The food you eat, the steps you take, the way you manage stress, All these daily habits weave together to either fortify your heart or slowly wear it down. If you take away just one message from this section, let it be this: you have far more power over your heart's health than you realize. The best time to protect your heart isn't tomorrow or someday in the future, it's right now. 2. Falls and injuries. When thinking about the greatest risks after 75, most people immediately picture diseases, but one of the deadliest dangers isn't an illness at all. It's a simple, unexpected fall. It happens in the blink of an eye. One missed step, one brief moment of dizziness, one slippery patch on the floor, and suddenly, everything changes. A fractured hip, a serious head injury, or even what seems like a minor bruise can quickly spiral into a life-threatening situation, one that many seniors never fully recover from. What's truly alarming is how underestimated this danger is. Falls are one of the leading causes of injury-related deaths among seniors, accounting for millions of emergency room visits each year. For too many, a single fall sets off a devastating chain reaction, months spent confined to a bed, a sharp loss of independence, and a dramatically increased risk of infections and other complications. The problem is, most people don't realize how vulnerable they are until it's too late. As we age, our muscle strength, sense of balance, and reaction time gradually decline. But because the changes happen so slowly, they often go unnoticed. You might feel perfectly fine moving about your daily routine until the day you reach for something, lose your balance, and gravity takes over. And sadly, the body simply doesn't recover from injuries the way it used to. What was once just a harmless stumble in younger years can now result in serious fractures, hospital stays, or even permanent disability. Worse yet, the fear of falling creates a vicious cycle. After experiencing a fall, or even just a near miss, many seniors begin to restrict their movements out of fear. They stop walking as much, avoid stairs, and limit their physical activity. But the less you move, the weaker your muscles become, and the weaker your muscles, the higher your risk of falling again. It's a downward spiral that can quietly rob you of strength, confidence, and freedom. But here's the empowering truth: falls are not inevitable. In fact, there are simple yet incredibly effective ways to lower your risk dramatically. Strengthening your legs and core muscles, practicing balance exercises, and making a few smart adjustments around your home, like installing brighter lighting, using non-slip rugs, and adding sturdy handrails, can make all the difference between remaining active and independent versus facing a life-altering injury. Another hidden danger that often goes unnoticed: medication side effects. Many common prescriptions can cause dizziness, drowsiness, or sudden changes in blood pressure, all of which increase your chances of falling. Have you ever stood up quickly and felt lightheaded? That's your body giving you a serious warning. Talking to your doctor about the side effects of your medications, making necessary adjustments, and staying aware of how they impact your balance could literally save your life. Falling isn't just about tripping over a rug or missing a step. It's about staying strong, staying steady, and staying aware of the small risks that can add up to big consequences. Because after 75, one single fall has the power to change everything. But with the right precautions and a little daily attention, you can continue walking confidently into the future, maintaining your mobility, your independence, and a life filled with movement, freedom, and joy. 3. Respiratory diseases, breathing. It's something we often take for granted, a quiet rhythm that sustains our every moment. But after the age of 75, the simple act of breathing can become unexpectedly fragile, and even a small respiratory problem can escalate into something life-threatening at alarming speed. As we grow older, our lungs naturally lose some of their strength and elasticity. Minor symptoms, like a persistent cough or occasional shortness of breath, can be easy to dismiss as just getting older. But these small signs are often warnings, early signals that our lungs may be struggling more than we realize. Respiratory diseases, including chronic conditions like chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, which encompasses both emphysema and chronic bronchitis, are among the leading causes of death for seniors. Over time, the airways become inflamed and narrowed, making it harder and harder for air to flow freely. Sadly, many seniors ignore frequent coughing, wheezing, or the feeling of being winded too easily, chalking it up to aging instead of recognizing it as the urgent call for help that it truly is. Another often underestimated enemy: pneumonia. To younger adults, pneumonia might seem like just another difficult but manageable infection. For seniors, however, it's far more dangerous. What begins as a mild cold, a tickle in the chest, or a low-grade fever can rapidly escalate into a life-threatening lung infection. As we age, our immune defenses weaken, making it harder for the body to fight off infections. A simple cold or chest congestion can become a serious battle for survival almost overnight, especially without early medical attention. And the dangers don't stop there. Poor indoor air quality, an invisible but powerful threat, can quietly compromise lung health over time. Years of exposure to dust, pollution, pet dander, mold, or even secondhand smoke slowly erode the resilience of the lungs, making them more vulnerable to infection and chronic disease. Even inside our own homes, these hidden irritants can worsen breathing issues without us ever realizing the full extent of the damage. But here's where small, thoughtful actions make a massive difference. Improving the quality of the air you breathe through air purifiers, regular cleaning, avoiding smoking, and minimizing dust and mold exposure can significantly protect your lungs and enhance your overall health. And did you know that exercise is just as important for your lungs as it is for your muscles? When you stay active, your lungs work harder, expand fully, and clear out mucus and other debris. Simple daily movements like brisk walking, stretching, or even breathing exercises can help keep your lungs healthy, improve oxygen exchange, and strengthen your body's ability to fight off infections. One often overlooked but essential tool: vaccinations. Vaccines for pneumonia, influenza, and other respiratory illnesses are critical after 75. Many seniors underestimate their importance, believing they're unnecessary or only mildly protective. In truth, these vaccines can mean the difference between a mild inconvenience and a severe life-threatening infection that leads to hospitalization, or worse. Breathing should never feel like a battle. Yet for many over 75, it sadly does not because it must, but because preventative care wasn't prioritized soon enough. Your lungs are with you every moment of every day, working tirelessly to sustain you. Taking steps to strengthen them, protect them, and respond to early warning signs isn't just a good idea. It's one of the most powerful investments you can make in your long-term health, your independence, and your quality of life. 4. Stroke. A stroke strikes without warning. One moment you might feel completely fine, the next, your life can change forever. Among people over 75, stroke stands as one of the leading causes of death. Yet what's most heartbreaking is how many strokes could have been prevented if only the hidden risks had been addressed in time. The brutal reality is that a stroke doesn't always offer second chances. Once it happens, the damage is swift and often permanent. Brain cells begin to die within minutes of interrupted blood flow, and every second counts. Some strokes may leave only mild confusion or weakness. Others, tragically, leave people paralyzed, unable to speak, or completely dependent on others for even the simplest tasks. And far too often, a stroke proves fatal before help can even arrive. But here's the part most people don't realize. Up to 80% of strokes are preventable. That means the choices you make today right now could be the very thing that determines whether you maintain your independence or face a devastating, life-altering event. A stroke typically occurs when blood flow to the brain is suddenly blocked, or when a blood vessel bursts inside the brain. Without oxygen and nutrients, brain cells begin dying almost immediately, causing damage that can quickly become irreversible. One of the biggest and most silent risk factors: high blood pressure. Over the years, too much pressure on the arteries weakens them, making them brittle and more likely to rupture or become blocked. Yet, high blood pressure often has no noticeable symptoms. Many seniors live with dangerously high readings without ever realizing they're walking on a ticking time bomb until a stroke delivers its brutal blow. Another hidden culprit is irregular heart rhythms, such as atrial fibrillation, AFib. This condition often goes unnoticed because it doesn't always produce obvious symptoms. But when the heart beats irregularly, blood can pool, leading to clot formation. If even a small clot travels to the brain, it can block critical blood flow and trigger a sudden stroke. The good news? Simple, routine medical checkups can easily detect both high blood pressure and irregular heart rhythms. And with the right treatment, your risk of stroke can drop dramatically. Diet and lifestyle choices also play a major role. Decades of eating processed foods high in sodium and unhealthy fats, combined with a sedentary lifestyle, thicken the blood and slow down circulation, setting the stage for a stroke to strike. Conversely, simple but powerful changes like eating more leafy greens, reducing salt intake, drinking plenty of water, and staying physically active can significantly lower your risk. There's another often overlooked warning: mini strokes, also known as transient ischemic attacks, TIAs. They cause temporary symptoms, blurred vision, confusion, weakness that may quickly disappear. But make no mistake, a TIA is not something to ignore. It's a flashing red warning sign from your body that a major stroke could be just around the corner. Immediate medical attention after a TIA can literally save your life. The most important message to remember is this: you are not powerless against stroke. By checking your blood pressure regularly, treating heart rhythm issues, eating for heart and brain health, staying active, and recognizing early signs, you can dramatically improve your odds of staying strong, independent, and mentally sharp for years to come. Taking action early isn't just about avoiding tragedy. It's about preserving your ability to live the life you love, without fear or limitation. And the best time to start protecting your future is not tomorrow, not someday, it's today. 5. Cognitive decline and related complications. One of the most heartbreaking realities of aging isn't something you can easily see. It isn't a broken bone or a sudden illness. It's the slow, silent fading of memory, reasoning, and independence. Cognitive decline doesn't happen all at once. It sneaks in quietly, often unnoticed at first, with tiny lapses, forgetting names, misplacing important items, struggling to follow conversations. At first, it's easy to dismiss these moments as just getting older. But as time passes, those small lapses often grow into something far more serious and life-altering. Conditions like dementia and Alzheimer's disease don't just affect the mind, they place the entire body and life itself at risk. As cognitive function deteriorates, so does the ability to take care of one's own health. Simple, everyday tasks like remembering to take medications, preparing nutritious meals, recognizing the symptoms of an illness become increasingly difficult and sometimes dangerously neglected. Dehydration is a common hidden danger. Many seniors forget to drink enough water, leading to serious health problems. Others may eat too little, causing dangerous weight loss and nutrient deficiencies, or too much, leading to obesity and its associated risks. Without proper nourishment, the body becomes even more vulnerable to infections, falls, and other complications. And then there's the matter of safety. A forgotten stove burner left on, an unlocked door in the middle of the night, a confused walk outside that leads far from home. These everyday hazards, once manageable, can now become life-threatening without constant vigilance or support. As cognitive decline progresses, one of the most painful consequences is the gradual loss of independence. Many seniors who once lived vibrant, autonomous lives must transition to assisted care or rely heavily on others. And the emotional toll both for them and their families is profound. What's even more alarming is that most people don't realize cognitive decline is happening until it has already advanced significantly. Early warning signs are easy to overlook. Repeating questions in the same conversation, forgetting appointments, losing the ability to follow simple instructions. They may seem harmless at first, but they are your brain's early distress signals, pleading for attention before greater damage sets in. But here's the hope. Cognitive decline is not inevitable. You have more power than you think to protect and nurture your mind. One of the strongest defenses? Keeping your mind active. Just like your muscles, your brain needs regular exercise to stay sharp. Reading new books, learning new skills, working on puzzles, playing musical instruments, and engaging in thought-provoking conversations all stimulate the brain, keeping it resilient and more resistant to deterioration. And don't underestimate the power of physical exercise. Moving your body boosts blood flow to the brain, helping preserve memory and cognitive function. Even moderate activities like brisk walking, yoga, or dancing can have remarkable benefits for both your mind and body. Another crucial factor is social interaction. Isolation and loneliness are silent killers of mental sharpness. Staying socially engaged, spending time with family, participating in community activities, maintaining friendships literally strengthens the brain's neural connections. The more we connect, the more resilient and adaptable our brains become. Of course, nutrition also plays a starring role. Eating brain-boosting foods like leafy greens, berries, nuts, fatty fish, and foods rich in antioxidants can protect against cognitive decline. Meanwhile, heavy consumption of processed foods, sugars, and unhealthy fats accelerates inflammation and increases the risk of mental deterioration. A healthy brain is the result of a healthy body, a curious mind, a connected heart, and a conscious commitment to daily care. By taking simple, proactive steps now, you can greatly improve your chances of maintaining your independence, your identity, and your joy well into the later stages of life. Because ultimately, losing cognitive function isn't just about forgetting names or faces. It's about losing pieces of the life you've built, and with the right actions, you can protect it, preserve it, and continue writing your story with clarity, wisdom, and strength. As we wrap up this important conversation, take a deep breath and reflect on what we've explored together. Heart disease, falls, respiratory issues, stroke, and cognitive decline. These 5 causes account for nearly all deaths after age 75. That might feel overwhelming, even frightening. But here's the truth. They are not inevitable. Many people don't realize how much control they truly have over their health. Unfortunately, by the time most do, their health has already declined and options are limited. But not you. You're here now learning, preparing, and choosing to act. And that means you have an incredible opportunity to shape what aging looks like for you. With small, consistent choices, healthier meals, movement, connection, you can add not just years, but strength, clarity, and independence to those years. You don't have to fear aging. You don't have to accept decline as destiny. Instead, you can focus on longevity, vitality, and living each moment fully. Take a look at your daily habits. What could you adjust today? Maybe it's nourishing your body better, getting a little more exercise, scheduling a checkup, reconnecting with a friend, or starting a new activity that excites your mind. You don't need to overhaul everything at once. Just one small change can set you on a path to better health and a richer life. At this stage, your well-being is your greatest treasure. The more you care for it, the more joy, freedom, and connection you'll experience in the years ahead. Each day is a gift, an opportunity to choose self-care, strength, and intention. And those choices will shape how fully you get to live. Thank you for spending this time with us. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What's one thing you've learned today, and how will you apply it in your life? Your insights not only inspire us, they encourage others walking the same path. If this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support allows us to keep creating content that informs, empowers, and uplifts. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.